Bomboca!
Henny Diglets. Shout out to FNF, Rolo, and Mike. Nick Fuentes should be interesting. Can't wait for Fresh to let loose on Rumble later. And
We're here, baby.
You're here now. And then Rolo, regarding the study you referenced comparing body count and marital satisfaction, it drops off significantly after marrying a virgin, but relatively speaking, it stays with
marital satisfaction.
After that, having said that, yes, the women that have the highest likelihood to stay in a marriage, ladies, unsurprisingly, are women that
if you don't know what you're missing, you're probably going to stick with the guy.
2 out of 2. I would argue body count doesn't matter as much as how attractive she is, how she treats you, your family, shared hobbies, etc. As long as it's not super
simp, has no experience with women.
Off base on this, also she's not going to tell you the truth. Anyway, I mean, those are some things as well, bro. But
here's the problem, Matthew. It's not going to matter to you, sure, because she's hot. It matters to her. She's had other men. Because she's had other men, as soon as you guys get into an argument, she thinks about that swinging dick that she met in Jamaica. And now that's what she's now. It's also now it's easy to move. It's easy to now disengage and go do other things. That's the point. That's why it makes it so difficult. It's not because she's not attracted to you. It's because that's why you say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's not because of you, bro. It's because she's the hoe that you can't turn into a housewife.
Girls say it themselves. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But also, habits are formed over time and experience. You can't just take away habits just like that. So you're right. Her being who she is, those habits, they're going to come back.
Women believe that they have more options than men believe that they have more options. So when you get into a breakup situation like that, it's the woman that's going to say, well, I've got Instagram. I've got all this other stuff going for me. The average guy is not going to think anything like that. It's like, well, I've got an Instagram. Now what the fuck am I going to do? Most guys live in a state of sexual scarcity, whereas women believe that they live in a state of sexual abundance because of Instagram, because of social media.
I'll give you an example. We know a guy here in Miami, very well off, successful, who has a girl, Christian. Actually, we're Rumble, so I can say it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay.
The white guy.
That narrows it down.
All right. Anyhow, he's successful, right? Took a girl from the club to his crib, pays for everything. She doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And he told her no one time because she wanted to go on a trip to someplace he had to go do some work. He told her no. She got upset, went back to her DMs to the old guy that we both know, went to his crib, fucked him. He got her the bag, came back to him like nothing happened. And it's like, bro, he just said no one time. But
well, that's why you don't reward hoes right off back. You have to give these that's why these chicks are fucking entitled. You're not making these chicks work for these things. You're simping right out the fucking door, and you wonder why they don't respect you. People do not respect things that they don't fucking work for. Period.
Activities. In reality, she never stopped the whole activities.
Exactly.
This is a really hard time.
The habits.
A really hard time. Guys do this thing where it's like things were fine and then she changed. No. She was that. What if we go look at her OnlyFans? She's filming with some dude the first month you met her, but you didn't realize that. This is really hard for guys, especially to accept this. They think the girl changed. No, she was never not like this, and it's very difficult. Man, their brains melt when you try to explain this to them. No, bro, I can fix this. You cannot fix this.
Yeah, a lot of guys are
stupid
about that.
The second greatest evolutionary psychologist in the world is David Buss, but the greatest evolutionary psychologist in the world is a guy from Memphis, Tennessee named Project Pat. And he said, "You don't save them; they don't want to be saved." That ultimately is the answer.
Ladies, it's like a man that beats his ex-girlfriend. He got with him now. He's gonna beat you too.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking? Stupid. Like it's common sense.
It's true.
As I will say this too, some girls do regret their past and they fucking turn away from the whole shit and they want to make their lives better. Like if a person people can change, but they actively have to want to change. So I think again, Michael is a little too extreme in that sense. Like he's just saying like, no matter what, she's a doomed whore for the rest of her life. But people can change. But as a man, you got to understand, is she showing the effort that she wants to change? Is she actually saying, I want to change? I want to go to therapy. I want to go to coaching. I want to do things to make myself better. Okay.
If you leave a woman to her own devices, she's inherently self-destructive. Every time, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, put men in a leadership role. Why? Because women do stupid shit when they're put in leadership roles, especially within a relationship. Even when I asked y'all, who should have the leverage in the leadership in a role? You guys said it yourselves, the man.
Haram!
I said woman. I think I said woman.
Oh, yeah. I said ha. Why do you think that?
Because I feel like... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Why do you
I feel
think
like women are like the minds of the men. And men, like, they don't like to...
Think.
With men, they don't think. They don't think. women have to put things in their minds in order for them to actually think before they act. You know what I mean? Men just act like.
But men are superior problem solvers to women.
You think so?
It's a fact.
I love how opinionated this 20-year-old is.
Buy the house. Don't we have to make the money? Don't we have to pay the mortgage and pay our taxes? When we think, when we feel, because all of you have said, I feel like merch. When you say that, do you understand that I feel like doesn't pay the bills? I feel like doesn't pay the mortgage. I feel like doesn't pay the taxes. It doesn't buy the house. It doesn't buy the car. It doesn't go to work. I feel like doesn't. I think does. Does that make sense?
Right.
That's the difference. It's like if we run the whole relationship on I feel like, we end up in this completely discombobulated nonsense. If we run the relationship on reality, actual using statistics and remembering the things that actually happen. I've been in relationships before where I'm talking to a girl and I've done these 1, 2, 3 good things for her. I call her every day and then she hits me back and goes, you never called me. No, I can show you I did call you. And now because you feel like I didn't call you, that now trumps the reality of the fact that I did. So I feel like gets really toxic and it just drags everybody down. I think actually help because you're using a different part of your brain, legitimately a different part of your brain when I think versus I feel. Does that make sense?
And here's the other thing too. Women are ruled by their emotions. This is why they're not good decision makers. They're not logically sound. If you look at all the inventions in the world, all the problems that have been solved by mankind, it's been solved by a man. Most of the inventions are made by men. All the innovations are made by men. Most engineers are men. Anything that has to do with logic and ration, it's male dominated for a reason. Even if you look at something like chess or Formula One drivers where you got to make split-second decisions, it's men. So, women are more emotionally sound. Rollo, we talked about this.
It's proclivities is what it is.
Women
it's
are
instinct, emotion, and reason. Is
wired to prioritize emotion over reason. So this is why they're inferior decision makers to men in general.